the episode. Do I just say hi? Today will be done. Sure, that sounds good. 31 go. Hello there. Today we are talking about interesting dreams that we've had and past experiences that we've had in the dream world. And this is probably gonna be interesting because I've had very traumatic instances in dreaming. So yeah. We did rock paper scissors before this, so we figure out that she's gonna be telling the first one. So
Hey,
send it off.
we're gonna say our names?
We already know. Sure.
Oh,
I'm Juliet.
I'm Lydia.
I'm Laurel.
Yay.
Hurrah! Congratulations.
Alright, so, let's see. First of all, I dream for fun, so I have a lot of really weird dreams, because whenever I wake up too early, then I'll just go back to sleep, and then I'll always have this really, really weird morning dream. And sometimes, even if I don't, if I wake up at 9 or something, I'll still go back to sleep just to have the really weird dream. So I've got a lot of really odd dreams.
That's nice. Most of the time when I wake up from a dream, I can't just get up and then do my own stuff and then go back to sleep because I would have just lost the dream plot.
Well, it's not the same dream ever. It's like I'll be asleep normally, and then I'll wake up and I'll be like, "Great, new day. Time for my hobby, I guess."
My hobby.
Let's go back to sleep and see something weird.
My hobby is sleeping. I mean, I've definitely, you said you haven't had the same dream, but I've definitely had the same dream 15 different times over the span of 6 years old to 10. It's weird.
I used to have one of those. I've had a couple of those, but let's see. Wait, I had one picked out that I want to talk about. I had this Amazing Race dream recently. So, yeah, you know what the Amazing Race is?
No, but you told me that was 4 months ago.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
recently compared to the rest of my life.
Go on. Tell us about
All
your
right.
Amazing Race dream.
So I only remember up to the middle of starting from the middle of it. That was very loud, Laurel.
I know.
All right. So I'm on this team, and I'm building a radio out of Legos, a functioning radio. And then we have a piece of paper, and we have to tune into a specific channel. So we tune into that channel, and they're like, text this number, this specific thing. I don't remember what the thing was. And it was for your next task. So we do that. And our next task is that we are to go onto the Pokemon Center and buy any plush we want.
Oh.
And
with
obviously,
money or?
yeah, with the money of whoever is running the thing. So we're obviously, we're gonna buy the chair size $400 Altaria.
Obviously.
Because it's massive and adorable and fluffy, and also it's a piece of furniture.
Okay.
It counts as a plush though. It's great.
Imagine if, hang on, stuttering a little bit. Is the thing that you're supposed to call by chance the Scoopy number? Not the Scoopy, but the Converse.
No, I think it was the number of whoever was running the thing. I don't remember who was running this Amazing Race thing, but they were mysterious, pull the strings.
I have him on speed dial, don't worry.
Yes, you do, and you have him labeled as Creamy as well.
Yes,
Scoopy
I
on
do.
speed dial.
She has the Culver's
He's
number.
not Scoopy. Scoopy is the old guy. The new guy has been dubbed Creamy because he's not as good as Scoopy.
Creamy.
Creamy.
Creamy. Well, yeah, she calls Creamy. Moving on.
Isn't that weird?
Well, yeah, I want to have labeled somebody in my phone as Creamy.
Why not?
Ah, yes. Creamy.
What's wrong? Is this something I'm not getting?
You continue not getting it, okay? All right.
You do that.
So, the box arrives, and we're like, great! This is the most expensive purchase I've ever made in my life.
Okay.
And we open it up, and there's a little card from whoever the person is that's running it, and they're like, okay, your next task is the first team to send their plush to space and retrieve it. We'll get to keep it, and we'll not have to return it at the end of the race.
Bring a little flower with them as well.
Yeah. So our team is really? We bought the largest possible plush, and now we're in a race with the other teams. And only whoever comes back first gets to actually keep it. So it's a whole thing. I don't even know what we were doing, but we were like, all right, you guys go to the store and get duct tape and plastic wrap, and you guys go and grab some weather balloons. And we're like constructing. We like wrapped it in plastic wrap and then in duct tape, and then we're trying to attach weather balloons to it.
What store has weather balloons and duct tape and plastic wrap all
I don't
in
know.
one?
Home
Just,
Depot.
No, Menards.
Menards does not have. Well, I'm gonna Google. Do Menards have weather balloons?
Well, they've got all the other stuff you need to survive a
I
zombie
know
apocalypse.
Menards. Here. Come on, I
mean,
got all day.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Weather balloons.
I have no idea. Well, we were sending them out in like pairs, so like maybe they went separate places. I don't know where you buy weather balloons. I just know that like
Amazon.
we had a
I went to the
plan,
warehouse.
but we were sitting there going, if only we had chosen a smaller plush. Because, you know, like 90% of them are this big, and we chose the one that's a chair.
Ah, yes, weather balloon. It's just a cluster of multicolored balloons. They do not sell what. Where do you get weather balloons? Keep going.
That's basically the end. Then I woke up. It was like the chaos of trying to wrap this thing in like a plastic wrap harness and then covered in duct tape because that was the best idea we had, I guess. I don't know. It was very random.
You can get a weather balloon
Do you
for
want to hear mine now?
$12.
Actually, did you get to keep
$12?
it?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think we probably lost based on the enormity. The thing probably weighs like I don't even know how much it weighs. It's big.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to hear mine now?
You can get a weather balloon off of AliExpress for $26.12.
Wow.
Just like
Yep.
one.
Just one.
I feel like I'll need more than that for a chair.
Okay. My dream. Let's start with the Playground Tower of Death. That's the title that Lydia has dubbed my dream after I told it to her.
Okay.
So, imagine like you're in this clearing in the woods, and it's nicely mowed, and you see this tower in front of you that's like a playground tower. So it's like that plastic tan and dark green of like those nature themed ones.
Like the plastic ones or like the wood?
The plastic ones, but like it's themed nature, so it has the dull colors. This tower is 200 feet tall, and it has a tower coming off to the left and to the right,
Slide,
and
you
going
mean?
into the woods in front of it. Yes, there's slides.
Not towers.
Yes, not towers. They have slides. They have slides going off the left and the right, like they go 200 feet each, and into the woods. And I don't know how far it goes into the woods, but it's into the woods.
Into the woods, as you
Into
do.
the woods, and then and at the top of this tower, it's like, so you have your normal tower bit, and then it's just open, kind of, and then there's this rotating dish below it, and there's like these two walls that rotate with the dish, and it's just rotating, and on that central tower, inside of, so you climb all the way up, and there's this little bright cyan aquarium, like this really cheap looking aquarium, and inside of it is, I believe his name was Bob the Hermit Crab, and he was the ugliest thing.
No.
Yes. Also, I forgot to mention, because of describing this entire tower, but there's like 12 children fighting to the death on it.
It's like fists?
Mostly trying to knock each other off, but as soon as they knock each other off, they kind of spawn out of existence, you know?
Oh.
But
no,
you know, that's just how the dream goes.
so
I don't
like
know,
no
you know?
gore. It's just
No gore, they just kind
death
of like
in general.
death in general. I don't know. But like, so I'm up there, and like, I go down the slide several times because I'm just a kid, I guess.
I'm just a
And
kid.
every time I see Bob the Hermit Crab, he's the ugliest thing. He's like, imagine like a little bright orange spider with a dwebble shell.
A dwebble shell.
It's a Pokemon, you wouldn't know. But basically a rock.
A rock.
Oh.
He's got a
And then he
rock
would
for a
flip on
shell.
his back and do this with his feet, and it was disgusting. I hated him. He was the
I
worst.
feel uncomfortable just watching you go. Put your hand down.
Anyway, Bob the Hermit Crab was the worst, and then I went down the slide, and it went through the woods, and then I was free. I realized I can go wherever I want. I have an open world around me. And then eventually I had this flyby of knockoff local amusement park that we have, and I just had like, you know, drone view of it. And so I started walking, and then eventually I was at this like, I was at the water park, and Mom came and was like, "Hey, you left your flip-flops," because I was walking barefoot everywhere.
Oh.
So she handed me my flip-flops, and I was like, "Oh, cool. Flip-flops."
Oh,
And then I just
cool.
held them and I didn't actually put them on. And then I was just free to roam around the world, and I felt it was so cool because I don't know, it was a dream, but I realized I could do whatever I wanted. It was so cool. Sometimes you have those dreams.
I've definitely dreamed of like playgrounds, but it was like it's hard to explain because I had them when I was like 4 years old. But it was just like tall playground, like you said, but there was like a clear enclosure with like I don't even know how to explain it, but it was at like 2 a.m. at night. I don't know, man. I've definitely dreamed of playgrounds. I've dreamed of being in like an amusement park, but it was more so like water and tons of slides, and then I'm pretty sure that like a meteor came and it killed us all.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sounds accurate.
My only reoccurring
accurate.
Accurate.
the only reoccurring dream I can still remember was on a playground, and I think it was from when I was like 4 or 5. It would be like I would have 2 slide options. One would be red and one would be blue, and then I'd chuck Cookie Monster down one, and then he would tell me if it was safe because one of them would electrocute you to death.
Oh.
But you couldn't tell just by touching it because it was kind of like a wall. You know, it was a tube
Harry
slide.
Potter style? Just
Well-
wall, you run through the wall, you go.
No, it'd be like a wall of electricity.
Oh.
So like you kind of just go through it and get fried.
And if Cookie
kinda.
Monster didn't respond, did that mean he died?
No, he would just say, "Don't go down this one."
Okay, then.
He's immune.
I don't know.
But then I go down the slide and I end up with a platform with another 2 slides, and it was kind of endless. And I'd have it over and over. It was kind of weird.
The only reoccurring dreams I can remember is just a part of most of my dreams is if I forget to put my retainer in at night, then I'll have nightmares of my teeth coming really loose.
Interesting.
And then you put your retainer in.
No.
Oh,
No.
I don't.
not worth it.
I
Okay.
had a reoccurring dream, and it was like a big, like, brick house, like, relatively big. Maybe, like, well, not big. It was more so small. It was like from that wall to this wall, which is maybe like 12-ish. I'm probably wrong. Probably like 15-ish feet. And
Yeah,
then
that sounds about right.
by like 50 feet that way. And it was like just like say it's like this by like that. And then there was like a fireplace like here, like this massive chimney that came out of it. It was like one of those like
Long
like
house.
a church, but like with instead of a steeple, it was just chimney. And then I was like maybe 7 years old, and then I dreamed of this like around 10 to 20-ish times over the span of like 6 years. And there was like I think 3 windows on each side, and I remember looking out of the window, and then there's just a tornado that constantly was in the top of the chimney, and you couldn't go out of the house because otherwise you would be killed by the tornado. I remember once I dreamed of this one guy because there were like other people that were like in idle basically like in the house just sitting around on like the pews basically, but the pews weren't like lined up, they were just like against the window, like pushed against the window, and they were basically just like sitting in idle like at like a lobby or something like that. And then I remember that some guy like woke up and then tried to escape out of the window, and then he got sucked up and into the chimney because of the tornado. So I just sat there for like hours on end waiting to be woken up for the next day when I was like 5 years old. And that's the recurring dream that I had all the time. I had a lot of dreams of tornadoes. It was weird. I still do. I have like 5 to 10 dreams of tornadoes per month, and I dream every single night. So, yeah, tornadoes, fun times.
Fun times.
Who wants to go next? I could talk about one I had like a week ago.
7, 8. I have 8,
Okay.
but they're relatively short. So okay, go ahead.
Okay.
This is not alcohol, by the
Alright.
way. I'm underage.
It's a review.
Mhm.
All right. So, I'm at this convention hall, and it's not very crowded, and I kind of like walk into one of the side rooms, like just off of the hall, and there's all of these like characters. Like they're clearly fictional characters. and for some reason they register in my head as Lord of the Rings characters, and
Wait,
they're Lord of the Rings characters. Like
they registered your head.
no, they registered in my head that way. Like they didn't actually look like them at all. But in my brain, I walked in and I go, oh, it's the Lord of the Rings people.
Ah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
they were all there, and had like a bunch of tables set up for a book signing, and they were all sitting there pre-signing books, like assembly line style. Like
Interesting.
it was actually kind of cool. They had these books that had like the Lord of the Rings written on it in black, but the cover was all white. So then they could sign the cover, all of them. There were like 6 or 8 people there doing it. And I walk in and they look at me and they're like, who are you? And for some reason I'm super evasive. I'm like, oh, I can't tell you who I am. It's not that important. And they're like, so they're all really, really suspicious. So they kind of like...
It was a very suspicious thing to say.
Very suspicious.
It was very suspicious of me. But, you know.
Yeah.
So then they're all like, well, wait, who are you really? And they're like getting closer and I'm kind of freaking out. And then J.K. Rowling walks in the door and is like, I want a book signing.
I want one now.
So they're like, oh yeah, and she had brought her own copy. So they're like, oh sure, we can all sign your book. So she's like passing around the book, and then I try to sneak out with her, but they notice.
To do what?
Get out of the room. Get away from this place.
Oh, I mean,
yeah.
Sneaking out with J.K. Rowling, as you do.
Well, it was more of I tried to like leave as she was leaving.
Okay.
Kind of not get attention attracted. Yeah, not attract attention. That's how you say that. So they look at me and they're like, wait, no, you gotta explain yourself to us. And so I look at them and I'm like, all right, my name is Jolkin Tolkien.
What?
J.R.R. Tolkien.
J.R.R.
But Jolkin Tolkien. And I'm like, and I created you. And they all look at me like I'm crazy, and then they shove me in a
story.
And then they shove me in a closet.
Jolkin.
Yeah.
Tolkien. Oh, not there's how many Jolkins is there?
Rolkin, Tolkien.
J.R.R. Tolkien.
Rolkin, Tolkien.
I can't breathe. Oh man.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they shoved me in a closet, and the closet's got like a window looking outside. So it's, you know, it's dark in there, you know, but there's a window, so I still have like light to see. And I hear them arguing like a lot on the other side of the door, and they're like, what should we do?
Because you shoved her in a closet.
What should we do with Jolkin, Rolkin? Tolkien. Yep.
There's 2 Rolkins.
And eventually they go quiet, and I'm about to like break this window and jump out. So I don't remember if I feel like there might have been someone to help me. There's to like shatter the window, and I'm about to jump out, and they open the door, and it's like the dramatic like, wait.
No.
Don't go.
Don't leave me, Jolkin.
Yeah. And for some reason I stay, and then
it worked.
Yeah, I guess.
Spoke to you.
I don't know. I guess I'm an author. The kind of thing makes me happy. I don't know.
Jolkin.
So they're all like, wait, we have something for you. And they've somehow created this beautiful, like, black acrylic art piece, and they had all signed it, and they, like, drew little pictures on it, and it was just really sweet, and I'm like, thank you. And then I woke up, and it was just really nice.
Interesting. Okay, then.
So, like,
okay.
I showed up, and I was like, I created you, and then they shoved me in a closet, and it made me art.
Okay. Okay, then. You do that.
Yep.
You do that.
My dreams tend to have happy endings. Probably because I kind of keep sleeping until they do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I once had a really bad alarm clock that had this really annoying alarm, and it was really loud too. And
So a really good alarm clock.
It was like, I'm gonna... you know, that kind of alarm. Can you hear that on the mic? I covered the mic.
It sounds
Yeah.
like a rabid crow.
That's
Also,
what my alarm clock sounded like.
like a rabid crow giving birth in labor.
Okay, but it was really loud too.
The crows don't go into labor.
Well, this one is. This one is going to labor actively.
No,
All right.
okay, but
All right.
this alarm was going off, and everybody in the house could hear, but I was fast asleep. And in my dream, Donald Duck's boat was on fire. And that was the smoke alarm.
Oh.
And then Mom woke me up like, how did you not get woken up by that alarm?
Oh man. I had a dream like where I was waiting in line for a water slide, and then Mom woke me up, and I was like, "Wait!"
What?
And I went back to sleep. And fast forwarded, like you could see a little fast forward symbol, like with the 2 triangles, and I got to go to the top of the water slide right away, and then go down it, and then I was like, "All right, I'll get up now."
As you do.
You're like,
I had
wait,
to-
I was in line.
I was waiting in line.
Interesting. I remember once I was like 10 years old, I think, maybe 11. I was dreaming about my cat at the time, and if I remember correctly, my brother, I have a brother by the way, he's younger than me. And my brother decided to like bully the cat or something, and it was like to the point where Dreamy was obviously mad. And I was half awake, like in a weird, like lucid state kind of. And then I decided that I was going to take matters into my own hands. And then I slept on a bunk bed, but there was like no like railing, and it was just like flat up against the wall. And then I like went for the punch to punch him. And then I woke up and I firmly punched that wall, and it made my fingers bleed. I woke up, I punched that wall. And it was loud too, like full on, like full strength, half asleep, punched that wall. It woke me up, obviously. And I
Did your
remember
parents
I
hear you?
just wait. I remember I went back to sleep, and then later when I came down that day, my mom was like, "By the way, did you hear that bang in the middle of the night?" And I was like, "No, Mom, I did not hear that bang in the middle of the night. I don't know what that could have been. I totally did not dent my wall." I'm pretty sure there's actually a dent in my wall still, like up by the top of the ceiling. I punched the wall in my sleep and woke myself up.
Did you show her your fist?
No, I hit it. But I fully like, bruised my hand from punching the wall.
That is hilarious. Like painful, but like
Do you want to do another since you have so many?
Sure,
yeah,
I'll
I only
choose
have
one
2 more
randomly.
interesting ones.
I have a list. Let's see here. Oh yeah, have you ever dreamed of like somebody coming to you in your dream, and either you see them again in real life, or you see that place again in real life, or you have that phrase happen again?
No, but I've had a lot of deja vu sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
there have been days where I'm like, this entire day has just been deja vu.
I once dreamed, like, I was like 4 years old, and I had a dream that we were at this Chinese buffet restaurant. And then later that day, we went to that very Chinese buffet restaurant.
Interesting.
And I'd never been to that restaurant before. I was like, huh, this is a weird place. They have soy sauce in the little containers. And then when we went later that day, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this place.
Oh yeah.
They have soy sauce in little containers?
Like the soy sauce containers, because we didn't have that soy sauce container at home. You know, the ones with the thick neck? Instead of the little thin neck soy sauce container?
So they look like a bottle instead of a flask, or what? I think we're confusing each other.
So instead, you know, our soy sauce container, it's like this shaped. That restaurant had soy sauce containers that was closer to that.
So it's just a thick neck soy sauce
Yes,
container.
thick neck soy sauce container.
Sure, sure.
Soy
Soy
sauce.
sauce. Soy sauce. Thick neck soy sauce container. Anyway, that was when I was 4 years old, and I was like, ah, cool. I didn't think much.
Ah, cool. Yeah, I have written down. I was dreaming about my dad in my garage, and we were just like hanging out. I don't think that I realized it was a dream. Well, actually, no, I did realize it was a dream. And I was like, okay, cool, just dreaming of my dad and I hanging out in the garage working on stuff. And I was maybe, we're gonna say like 7 to 8 years old. And my dad was like working with a hammer or something on like his motorcycle or something. And then he turned to me and he looked me in the eyes and he said, "When you wake up, tell your dad that I said hi and that he's like being comforted by something or something like that." And then I was like, "All right." And then I was confused because I was like, "Why are you telling me this?" And then I woke up later that day. I walked up to my dad. I was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Dad, Dream U said hi and that you're in good hands or something like that." And he looked at me and he was like, "Okay, all right."
That's fair.
that's that.
Okay. That's nice.
I also have written down when I was younger, maybe 5 years old. I would I still slept on the top bunk and I would wake up, sit up at like 3 a.m., scream my lungs out, and then talk random gibberish in like some random language, and it freaked my parents out. They would wake up in the middle of the night and hear me screaming and then sobbing my head off while speaking some random language, and they had to like console me for like 2 hours after that.
Oh, she speaks tongues.
I don't know what I was speaking. They were like, "We've never heard that language before. You just woke up, screamed, and then cried so hard, and then would refuse to go back to bed." And I was 5 years old, and I don't remember it. I also sleepwalk a lot. I would just walk around the house and cry.
Okay then.
No,
I remember that.
I sleepwalked down the stairs, and then I broke my tooth.
She fell.
Yeah, well, okay, I'll say this. I failed at sleepwalking down the stairs. It didn't work.
I don't sleepwalk ever.
I used to sleepwalk, and then I walked around because I had no clue where my parents were for whatever reason, even though they were just probably in their room sleeping. And then I sleepwalked and they walked around the house. And if I couldn't find them, I stressed myself out so much that I puked. So
No.
yeah,
I used to have dreams where my entire family turned into zombies.
Oh,
Like, frequently.
I remember.
They would all be different,
I
though.
remember.
Like, they would happen in different ways. And it always freaked me out so
I just
much.
remembered a dream. So I'm walking to my room down the hallway, and then I open the door, and then there's just like these skinny, like sparkly, really thin, bony white aliens coming out.
Sparkly?
And then I turn over.
Snorkel.
No, they're
They were
sparkly.
sparkly. Yes, they were.
Nice.
It was like snow. Like it looked like snow, kind of. That kind of sparkly.
Or glittered.
They glittered. They glittered. And they were aliens, and they were coming out of my room. And I went over to Mom, who was in Levi's room. Levi's my little brother, and he's in the room like across from me. So I went over there, and Mom was having a small group in there, like with our church. And I was like, "Hey, Mom, there's aliens coming out of my room," and she's just like, "Go deal with it." And I was like, "Okay." So I just punched through it, and it was like styrofoam.
Did you punch your wall?
I didn't punch my wall. I punched through the alien, and it felt like styrofoam. I was really freaked out because I had my face like through it, and it was like that thick.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I woke up.
Oh boy. So zombies and aliens.
Oh, I also had a zombie apocalypse one, but that wasn't really a zombie apocalypse, more of a Birdman apocalypse.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the bird people. Some of them were good and some of them were bad, but I was hiding in my house with a bird person while the bird people were outside.
Okay, wait. A dream that I had when I think I was 6 years old, and I never forgot it because I told it to so many people.
Oh yeah, that one. The doorman.
Yes. Okay, so we pull up to this house, and me and my family pull up to this house in a van for a small group. And there's this splash pad in the front, and there are a bunch of kids playing on the splash
I
pad.
remember this one.
Because I've told it to so many people. Because
Yep.
I gotta keep the memory fresh, so I always remember. Yeah. So we're like, yeah. And Mom's like, oh yeah, you guys go play on the splash pad while we go inside and do our thing. And there's like, a screen door, so like the parents can kind of keep an eye on what's going outside, but not really. And so we're all having fun playing on the splash pad. And if you go around the side of the house, then there is a backyard, and it was a regular backyard. And it's pretty large, and in the very back of it, then there is this tree that's kind of like very sideways. It's one of those trees where, like, it grew straight and then it grew, like, way to the left, basically horizontal, and then back up. So, like, it's good for climbing, at least when you're small. Because I was 6, And there are a bunch of kids, like, playing on and around that tree. And then this, like, kind of creepy lady walks up behind me. Like, I don't notice her presence. And I think that she's the person who's, like, hosting the small group. Like, she lives at that house, and she's like, you should stay away from the backyard and go back to the front. And then she kind of, like, and then, like...
Slinks away into the darkness?
No. Well, I'm like, why? And I'm, like, looking at the tree as they're playing on it, and then I look up and she's not there. So that's kind of...
slink away. Comfortable.
Makes me very uncomfortable. And then I'm looking at the tree, and the trunk snaps, and then, like... these, like, roots start growing out of the ground to kind of pull it in, and it was kind of terrifying. And then a bunch of tree monsters come up out of the ground underneath it, and they start running at me. So I run to the front, and there's nobody there anymore. And, like, I'm running through the splash pad, and I see my pants on the ground, and I'm like, I need those!
I need those.
So now, like, I'm on a splash pad, and I'm trying to put on my pants, but I can't because I'm wet. And it's really difficult to put on pants when you're wet.
Yes, and you're running.
And I'm running away from the tree monsters. And I, like, run up to the screen door, and it's locked for some reason. There are no kids around anymore, by the way. I'm by myself with the tree monsters.
Do you have your pants on?
I think I don't remember if I did it or not. They might have been, like, halfway up. I don't know. I'm wearing a swimsuit, so it's not weird. It's just, like...
Oh, I thought
it's
that
just
you were,
like,
completely nude by the tree monster.
No.
So
No, I was at a
You're
splash.
at a
I went there expecting to play at a splash pad.
Well,
so
yeah, but your pants are on the ground.
Well, maybe I went there with the swimsuit under my clothes. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't think I wanted.
The point is that there were pants and I wanted to put them on.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I was also 6, so I had no sense of decency. It's fine.
It is not fine, but whatever.
I was 6.
The swimsuit was on. Don't worry about it.
Wasn't.
Whatever. And so I run up and I'm like, Mom! And they can't hear me in there for some reason, even though it's a screen door. So I pick up the doormat and I use it as a shield. And now I'm, like, fighting this tree monster with a doormat. And I'm fighting it for, like, 20 minutes.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah. It was a long
Are your
time.
pants on yet?
I think so. I don't remember.
That's a big detail there, Lydia. Your pants have to be on.
Alright. Well,
Alright.
Once you're done, I'm gonna tell you that the one that you say is a Hunger Games dream.
okay. Well, but, okay. So then I'm fighting them with the doormat, and then that's when I wake up. But I remember I was so terrified when I woke up that I went back to sleep and was like, had almost a forced lucid dream. And I was like, and then I make friends with them, and they make a bunch of flowers grow up because they're trees. And then I woke up and I was dissatisfied. It's like I said earlier, I don't let myself in with bad dreams.
Well, I wouldn't let myself.
I mean,
but I can't help it.
well, I can't help it, so I don't.
Good for you.
Anyway.
Good for you.
Well, we've been talking for a while, and we just realized how long the video is,
Yeah.
so we're gonna cut it into 2 parts.
Yeah.
So, come back in a couple days for the next one.
Yeah, we have more interest. I have a lot of more interesting ones. So yeah.
Yep.
Part 2.
If you wanna.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Goodbye.